blessed on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I hope you are as well. And to people who are just starting to come by my channel, much love and welcome. And to my returning subs and my growing extended beautiful family, thank you so much for the love and support. The prayers that you've been sending for my family during this time of grief is truly appreciating. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light. And many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you just up tell me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very informative to you, uplifting, give you good vibes, or inspires you in some kind of way that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath going through trying times at this moment and needs spiritual guidance or just needs confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated, and I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And let me see. Trying to turn this up a little bit so y'all can hear it, but it's not drowning me out too much. The background music I'm using today is so peaceful. Y'all, you know, if you've been with me for a while, y'all know I love binaural beats, so Figo meditations, as well as the ones that has Buddha on the front of it, and which it has Buddha. And it's called the Clearing All Subconscious Negativity, Removing Unwanted Emotions, Letting Go of Mental Blockages. When do we not need that in our lives? And today my video is about Twin Flame 101. When you lose control of what needed to fall apart and comes together of what was there from the start. And I was like, oh shoot, I'm over here rhyming and stuff like that. But that is deep though. I was on what is it, Empowering Empaths video group. I love going on there because they have so many beautiful posts and stuff like that. And it gives me, you know, content to where, you know, I can use on my own behalf on things that we go through on a daily basis, you know. In life, especially going through your spiritual awakenings, you're going through these spiritual but yet traumatic changes that is like beneficial on all levels. You know, at times, you know, you could be OCD. I know a lot of empaths are like that. You know, we have a way of doing things. And sometimes we have a bad habit of wanting to control, you know, the outcome of our life, you know, trying to control, you know, things that, you know, that needed to fall apart for us to be able to come together. Because there's a lot of times, you know, we're flowing through traumatic, you know, through the past of traumatic issues. We're connecting with a lot of things, as well as people, situations, subject matter, whatever that pertains around that trauma. And a lot of times we have to, our life has to be shaken up a little bit, probably a little bit, a lot, because I mean, it just depends on what you're still holding on to, what situations that has occurred into your life that brought you to this point. You know, you know, dealing with things like that is not easy. You know that it takes really takes time, and a lot of times we can be our own worst critic as well as our own worst enemy when we feel like, oh, why am I not over this yet? Why can't I just let this go? I used to be a victim of that a lot, because I'm just like, you know what, why are you even, you know, focused on these things? You know, it's nothing you can change. You can just learn from and appreciate the situation that has brought you the strength and the power that you always had there. You know, and a lot of times we had to go through these changes and experiences for us to be able to raise frequency, consciousness, vibrations, you know, to be able to help others through this chaotic world we have. You know, all these different changes are going about. They have all these mass shootings, you know. Prayers out to the people in Australia, as well as the ones in California. I think that was in California. I really don't watch the news. My ex always getting on me like, you need to watch the news. I'm like, look, I cannot be consuming all that. I take it personal. I said, with it being all like this, you know, and it's just like, it's been crazy, you know, going through these spiritual changes as well as uplifting. I'm so grateful for it. You know, at the times I could be frustrated, I could get pissed off, I'll be talking to the universe, you know, and tell them how I feel, you know, because we're in this, human experience, even though we're spiritual beings having this human experience. We catch emotions, we get in our feelings, we get angry, we get confused, we become, you know, antisocial at times. You put bars up, you put walls up, feeling like I'm never going to allow myself to get hurt again. But a lot of times we can benefit off of that pain. We can benefit off the trauma that we have experienced. When I look at the things that has happened in my life, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But when I finally was able to see in a deeper level of everything that I've experienced in my life, and then being able to put my power in my healing, putting my power in the strength that I'm trying to, to own up to, because it's always been there. We fight our resistance because we don't want to face the facts. It's, face the trauma at times. I used to be that person that when an old feeling came up that really hurt me on so many levels, that hurt me to the core, instead of me facing it and coming to terms with it, I used to push it aside. You cannot do that. A lot of times things have to fall apart for it to come back together in your liking. Because a lot of times world has out, between world, family, whatever, has altered our reality, altered our lives, that was suited out of fear, confusion, control. And then you had to go through all these different situations for you to be able to say, you know what, this is my life. I've had enough. I'm going to heal where I need to heal. I'm going to let go of what I need to let go of. I know it's not going to be something easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not like smelling roses and all that stuff. But these are the situations that's going to allow you to see the strength, the wisdom, knowledge, power, all these things that has been there the whole time. You had to be traumatically shook up for you to be able to do that. That was all the name of the game from the beginning. We just didn't know what the fine print was saying to us before we joined this thing. It's like, you signed a contract, but they were like, oh, well, we forgot to tell you this. They are, but it was just at that time we were like, okay, we're in for this mission. We got this, and we had to forget everything for us to be able to, understand what our purpose truly was. Where all the time we can walk blind in our truth. You knew there was something special about you. There are certain people that are attracted towards your energy. A lot of times people say there's something about you, I just don't know what it is. All these different things had to occur in our lives that we can benefit on so many different levels. And it's just like every day, even when I'm talking one-on-one with people, I have my moments. I'm not going to even lie. I do have my moments. It's not always positive when it comes to me, but that's what I choose to show. I don't, want to unload on here. I've seen people do it. And, that I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm not saying it's a totally good thing either. It's just like the energy that you push out like that can really, you know, draw towards that person. It can really drain them if you're dealing with a whole bunch of negative issues and that's all you want to talk about. I just try to think about, therapeutic techniques, positive things. Even though negative situations come about, I want to be able to, at least if I'm going to talk about something negative, I'm bring out the positive right after that. Like, yes, this, that, and the third occurred in my life, but is something that I'm grateful for. It takes a long time for you to be able to see your past as a blessing in disguise. There's a lot of things that's tragic that happened in my life I don't completely understand. I don't have the answers for, but I have to be able to have faith within myself and the higher power. Things are going to come to me and make more sense when I get further down that road. But then when I can see the purpose that is bringing out this from a tragedy to a blessing towards others. I mean, there's times, like I say, I cry because of the things that y'all are texting me. I get beautiful text messages at times, and you're telling me how just one little video has helped you out in the biggest way, or listening to my experiences that I went through and allowing you to know, hey, it's not easy, but this is where your strength goes in hyperdrive. This is something that it wasn't supposed to be easy, because there's so many things to learn behind your tragedies. There's so many things you had to learn behind the sadness, your anger, your hurt, felt like you were cheated out on life. There's times where y'all sit here and you cry about things that the world doesn't know about. And those are the things that I like to talk about. Like I've said before, if you've been with me for a while, when I'm in that negative funk, I'm not making any videos because that is not something I want to push out towards people. I'm not that type of person. Misery loves company. If I needed somebody to talk to, yes, I'll do that, but I have to do it in a way where it's not sucking the energy out of them. And I did that when I first started going through this situation because it was too much for me to handle at one time. And I almost lost my mind. Well, I did lose my mind a couple of times, but then when I can look back on when I first started doing these videos and how I've evolved, how I've learned, you know, um, open myself up to the things that I needed to know about myself and as well as my surroundings, the purpose in my life, because I didn't know where this was going to take me. I just knew I wanted to make myself happy, being comfortable in my own skin, being able to hold that confidence and strength in my videos, as well as in my day-to-day life. And it's just like every day I'm thanking God for allowing me to be able to see the truth and know I have that power to get through that day. Even though there might be certain things that has been redundant to me, I don't like repeated stuff. I don't. It's like repetitive things really piss me off at the time, and I'm just like, ugh. God, universe, please give me the strength to deal with this. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired spiritually. I'm tired emotionally. I'm tired physically. All these different things. But then when I notice this is, it's like things will be able to end when you can learn, heal, and accept. You'll keep repeating everything over and over again until you allow yourself to see what that certain repetitive situation is trying to teach you. And until you learn about that, it's going to keep going on. And that's how I know I have to be able to separate myself, because I can respond. I know how to respond on things like that. And I have to, coach myself to like, look, don't take it personal, because this person, you got to constantly keep telling this person the same thing over and over again. If they're not trying to make that change, sometimes you got to just step back and let it do what it do. Everybody's gonna have to learn. It all the time. You're gonna have to learn one way or another. You can't keep constantly being told. You have to learn and venture out on your own for you to understand what that person was trying to tell you. It's just like going through all these different changes, being able to reflect and respect my truth, tell my truth, and speak my truth. That's what's important to me. And some people, they get rubbed the wrong way because of my strength. They get rubbed the wrong way because I speak my truth. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I don't have time for the fakery or the, excuse my language, the fuckery. I don't have time for it. It's just like, we always, there's one shape, way, or form. We have probably lied to ourselves about certain things that we see every time. It's like the red flags come popping up in your face. You want to choose to ignore those things. And then when things pop off, you're trying to understand, how did it get here? You seem, world was trying to sit up here and drop little Easter eggs and stuff like this for you to pay attention. Take this time out for yourself, reflect, see what this situation was trying to teach you, and then going about it. Appreciate that situation, allowing you to be grateful for a lot of things that is happening to your life, even though it might be sad, it might piss you off, or it really came out like, did this really happen to me? There are so many times I used to sit here and cry and try to understand that these people that were so-called supposed to be my family, they did this to me. This is not love. This is not even family. These are just people that's in your life. And I mean, it's like looking at my situation, I'm learning to not put my feelings into that, because it was like, when I really look at it and not in a negative form of what these people try to break me down to nothing is, but it allowed my life to lose control, flip over, rearrange, just explode with C4, all over the place. And then when everything was there, it was like pure rawness. Me being able to see myself at the purest form through those dark times, those heavy situations, sadden, different things of seeing my truth for what it was. It's like my truth was always there. And that's why they were threatened by me, because the fact is there was too many things there is no way I should be able to know, but I knew. So they had to break me down. And it's just like, I had to really tell them, as well as I vocalize on it. If you've been with me a while, you know what situations I went through. And it's just a blessing when I can sit up here and say, thank you to those haters. Thank you for my abusers. Because if I didn't go through these things, I would never know what my strength is. I would never know what my capability is. I would have never known, being able to live for the life of my truth, live for the life of my strength, live for the love that I have in store for myself as well. I'm giving out to others because I understand what you're going through is not an easy task. What you're going through is hard to let go, especially if you know it has messed you up some kind of way. I know it's just like I was mentally violated, emotionally violated, sexually violated, all these different things just came into my life. But then I can appreciate that time. And it took me a long time to even like come up with those words and actually mean it, really truly mean it, because it was like I had to keep psyching myself out. But then in the back of my mind, my inner psyche was saying that you were still hurt from this. But I had to be able to be vocal with spirit. I had to be vocal with universe and saying, this situation has messed me up. This has really messed me up. And it could have really took a left for me to where I could have been in prison right about now if I would have acted on the actions that I wanted to act on. But no, I chose the positive way to deal with that, because it's like I've said before, it's too easy to be pissed. It's too easy to have hatred towards people. It's too easy for you to allow these people have the keys or the rope to control your power, your happiness, your peace of mind. And I had to be able to cut that damn cord. I'm like, no, I deserve to be happy. I'm loved. Whether or not people out there don't love me, I love me. And then then I start feeling all the people that kept it real. And a lot of times, yeah, I had to sit back, because there'll be certain people that'll come to me with that negative, trying to block blessings type BS. But then it was like, those are the people that needed that healing. They need to see your truth. Regardless of what they were trying to block, they still seen that. And that's why they were threatened by that. They didn't like that because they felt like they didn't have that in them, even though they did. But I'm so blessed. I am so blessed. Even though there's at times when I can talk about it, but I really don't like talking about it, because it's just like, what? This situation has happened to me in my past, during my adolescence, during my childhood. I was traumatized each way, it could ever have happened, on all levels. And it's like jaw dropping of the things that has occurred in my life. But then when I look at it, it was entirely a blessing, because it's helping out so many people all over the world, to be able to heal from things that has kept you in a cage of pain, holding on to trauma like a security blanket, all these different things. When you have that power, but it's all about what you choose to respond to, all about how you look at your situation. What do you stay focused on? What are you putting your energy into? What are you going to do about this after you found out the truth about yourself, your surroundings, the people that put you in a situation? And it's a hard thing, because it's like, when I've seen how your mental can really cloud your judgment at times to make you do some psychotic stuff. Hell, I was almost there. And I mean, it was like, I used to look at them and laugh when I'm like, man, if the whole Roslynn would have came out, oh my God. I mean, everything was strategically planned for me. When I was in a dark place, I was in a real dark, hurtful place, because it was just like, you ripped my body to the core spiritually. Like, how dare you? How dare you? But it's just like, I had to thank them for that, because you allowed me to recognize something in me that was already there, that you want to break down to make sure I never discovered that. The scariest thing for a monster in your closet is discovering your strength. And that's what they do not want you to do. They want you to stay in that control. They want you to be able to stay on them chains of focusing on all the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, or, this happened to me, that happened to me. You allow those things to happen to you. You didn't allow that. When these things happen to you, okay, this happened to you. Now what? What are you going to do? What positive impact are you going to do in your life? That's what counts. Not about, all this other stuff. This stuff is giving you your power. This is the blessing in disguise to you, no matter how hard it is. I've seen so many different situations where I'm seeing where people are out here, being a motivational speaker, telling their life experiences about things that happen in their life that can be truly heartbreaking. Being in mine, it was something that really shook me to where I didn't think it was going to, I wasn't going to recover from. When I look at, my situation and see where I'm at right now, I'm not where I want to be right now, but I'm sure the heck ain't nowhere near where I was when I first started this. And it takes time when you lose a parent and then you find out all this stuff that, was kept away from you, lied, all this over financial statuses that you trying to keep me away from. That shit's for the birds. I'm not even about that. It's about love. It's about connection, knowing my whole family, my biological family, getting to closure. Those are the things that was important to me, as well as continue to be important for me. But right now, my mission is to allow myself to heal, allow myself to reflect the love, the comfort, the reassurance, the awareness, the knowledge that you hold in your life that you truly need to accept, because it's hard. Like I said, it's easy to be mad. It's easy to point blame. It's easy to lay your responsibilities on somebody else. It's easy to do that. But where the true hardness comes in, but you will value it in so many different ways when everything's all said and done, when you're allowing yourself not to focus on that anchor and use love instead of that. When you're allowing yourself to let go of that trauma and still have that strength to see things in a positive view. That's where your strength comes in. When you're allowing yourself to not say, okay, yes, this does happen, but this is how everybody is in the world. No, it's not. You are that prime example for you to show up saying, okay, this has happened to me, but I'm still focusing on love. I'm still focusing on forgiveness. I'm still focusing on helping people that need to rise above, what has been placed on them. You are not a product of what happened to you. You're not. You're a victor of what you survived, of what you overcome, of what happened to you. That's what you are. You've always been that soldier. So, allow yourself to see these things. It fell apart for a reason. So everything could come back together and show you what has always been there the whole time. So I hope you are able to resonate with content in my video. I hope y'all have a blessed, safe weekend and be responsible at everything you do. And like and subscribe, drop a line, give me a thumbs up, share, hit that bell. And I want to give a post notification shout out to Mimanach. I think that's how you say it. 67. Much love to you. Welcome to the fam. And go ahead and drop a line so I can go ahead and give you a shout out, post notification shout out. It's truly a pleasure. Like I said, I love doing these videos. Just the outpour of the replies and the outcome of this. There's days I sit up here and cry because it's like God allowed me to see the purpose in the things that I had to go through. Being able to do this is truly a blessing to me. I'm humble on so many levels, and I appreciate everybody that's come into my life, whether it was a bad situation or it was a good one, because everything needed to be taught, everything I needed to reflect on. So, I appreciate this lesson. I appreciate this experience to be able to help so many people while I'm helping heal myself. So, know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your higher, your better days. And I pray that everything that you are working so hard for to bring into your life comes 10 times fold, and it'll come when you least expect it. So make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity, words, and vibes. You never know, your kind words and your impact can really take somebody a long way. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love, peace, be wild.